Ho, 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 my friends. Come on in and get cozy. Scoot your chairs in a schmidge closer. Wrap up in your warmest blanket and let your face do the wonderful thing where it relaxes into a smile even without asking permission. Now, Santa loves a good story, but you know what Santa also loves? A good team. Not just the we win every time kind of team, but the we stick together even when we don't kind. The kind that learns something big even when the scoreboard says something small. So tonight I'm going to tell you a story called The Team That Learned Winning Wasn't Everything. And it starts in a bright little town called Maple Hollow, where the trees waved like they were saying hello, and the air always smelled faintly like cinnamon toast. In Maple Hollow, there was a youth sports team called the Comets, because they were fast, shiny, and occasionally a bit unpredictable. The Comets were, how do I put this kindly, very into winning. Their coach Ramirez, was kind and patient and had a whistle that could wake a sleeping marshmallow. He always said things like, try your best, and good teamwork, and please don't use the water bottle as a trumpet. But the Comets, they had a different motto. They didn't say it out loud, but you could feel it in the way they walked onto the field that they were marching into a movie. Their motto was, win or, well, win. The team captain was a kid named Jordan. He was talented, focused, and could tie shoes while giving a pep talk. Jordan wasn't mean. No, Jordan just really believed that winning was the proof that you were doing life correctly. Jordan's best friend on the team was Minna, who was quick as a hiccup and had a laugh that could bump you out of a bad mood like a gentle elbow. Then there was Theo, who tried hard and cared a lot, but sometimes got nervous and kicked the ball in the wrong direction. Theo was what you might call a great teammate, and what the Comets sometimes called, we'll work on it. And finally, there was the newest Comet, a kid named Riley. Riley had just moved to town, was still learning everyone's name, and played with a big smile that had, I'm here to have fun and I brought extra joy. The Comets had been winning a lot lately. People started showing up to watch. Parents brought folding chairs. Someone even brought a tiny cowbell and rang it whenever the Comets scored. Just so you know, a cowbell at a kid's game is a choice. A loud choice, but a choice. One sunny afternoon, Coach Ramirez gathered a team before the biggest game of the season, the championship, against the toughest team in the league, the Thunderhawks. Now, the Thunderhawks were good, really good, and they defended like they had magnets in their shoes, and their goalie had the reflexes of a cat noticing a snack wrapper. Coach Ramirez crouched in front of the Comets. Remember, he said, today is about effort, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Jordan nodded sharply, and winning. Coach Ramirez smiled gently. Winning is nice, but it's not the only thing. Minna whispered to Jordan, he says that because he has to. Jordan whispered back, we say it because it's true. Theo swallowed, I just want to not mess up. Riley raised a hand, I want everybody to have fun. Everyone stared at Riley like Riley had announced, I would like to juggle spaghetti. Jordan said fun is fine after we win. Coach Ramirez stood up, let's play hard and play kind. The Comets burst onto the field and the game started fast. Whoosh! Passes, sprints, sneakers squeaking like excited mice. The Thunderhawks scored first, and the cowbell person on the Thunderhawks side rang their bell like they were summoning a herd of invisible cows. The Comets didn't like that. Jordan's jaw tightened. We're not losing this. Minna nodded. Nope. Theo looked like he might begin one with the grass. Okay, okay, okay. Riley clapped and cheered. Nice hustle, everyone. The Comets tied it up, then took the lead. Then the Thunderhawks tied it again. It was close, and you could feel the energy in the air like fizz in soda. But then something happened. Theo got the ball near midfield. It was his moment. He saw Minna open on the right and Jordan sprinting up the middle. Theo tried to pass to Jordan because Jordan was the captain, and the captain scored goals and everyone cheers, and it feels like fireworks in your chest. But Theo's foot hit the ball a little weird. The ball went sideways, right to a Thunderhawk. The Thunderhawk took off, scored in a flash, and suddenly the Comets were down by 1. The crowd made that sound people made when something goes wrong. Oh. Theo froze, eyes wide. Jordan threw both hands up. Theo! Minna's face tightened on. Come on, Theo. Theo looked like he had been hit by a sadness snowball. I'm sorry. Coach Ramirez called, shake it off, keep playing. But the Comets didn't shake it off. They carried it like a heavy paper backpack. Jordan started playing tighter, hogging the ball, rushing shots, barking instructions like a mini coach with a megaphone in their throat. Minna stopped smiling and started scanning for mistakes. And Theo got smaller, like he was trying to disappear into his jersey. Riley jogged over to Theo and said quietly, Hey, you're okay. Theo blinked. I messed up the whole game. Riley shook his head. No, one moment happened, that's all. Theo sniffed. It feels like everything. Riley said, Want to know a secret? Sometimes my brain lies like a dramatic raccoon. Theo almost laughed. A dramatic raccoon? Riley nodded. Like, this is the end of the world when really it's just a dropped sandwich. Theo gave a little chuckle. It was the smallest laugh ever, but it was a start. Meanwhile, Jordan kept charging forward. Give me the ball. Give me the ball, Jordan called. We need to score. The Comets were pushing hard, but something felt off. They weren't playing like a team anymore. They were playing like a bunch of stressed out squirrels trying to carry one giant acorn. And then, then came the moment that changed everything. Late in the game, the Comets got a chance. Minna stole the ball and passed to Jordan. Jordan sprinted towards the goal. The crowd stood. The cowball paused. Even the cowball needed suspense. Jordan took the shot. It hit the post. Bing! The ball bounced out right to Riley. Riley had an open shot. The goalie was off balance. Riley could score, but Riley didn't shoot. Riley passed to Theo. Theo's eyes widened so big you could have parked a tiny sled in them. Theo had the ball. Theo had space. Theo had the entire team's attention like a spotlight. Theo's legs shook. Theo's brain screamed, Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Don't. Jordan shouted, Shoot it. Minna shouted, Theo, now. Theo lifted his foot, but fear grabbed it like a sticky peanut butter. Theo hesitated. A Thunderhawk swooped in and kicked the ball away. The chance was gone. The whistle blew not long after. The Thunderhawks won by 1 goal. The Comets stood there silent like somebody had turned down the volume on the whole world. Parents clapped politely. Coach Ramirez walked to shake the other coach's hand. The cowbell rang one last time. and honestly, it sounded kind of rude, even if it didn't mean to. Jordan turned away, face hot. We should have won. Minna crossed her eyes. We had it. Theo's eyes filled. I ruined everything. Riley stepped closer. No, you didn't. Jordan snapped. Then what happened? Riley took a breath. We got so scared of losing that we stopped playing like us. That made Minna blink. Coach Ramirez, who had walked back over, stopped and listened. Riley continued, a voice gentle but clear. In the second half, we weren't passing, we weren't encouraging, we were, squeezing the game too tight. Theo whispered, I was scared. Coach Ramirez nodded slowly. That makes sense. Jordan swallowed. I was mad. Minna admitted quietly, I was judging. Coach Ramirez sat on the bench and motioned for them to sit too. The Comets slumped down, still sweaty, still mad. Coach Ramirez said, tell me what you wanted today. Jordan said to win. Minna said to win. Theo said to not mess up. Riley said to have fun together. Jordan looked at Riley like Riley had said spaghetti juggling again. But Coach Ramirez noted, that's the one thing we forgot. Jordan frowned, but winning matters. Coach Ramirez smiled gently. Winning is a result sometimes, but it's not your worth. He pointed towards the field. Did you play your best when you were angry? Coach. Jordan shook their head. Coach Ramirez looked at Minna. Did you play your best when you were judging? Minna sighed no. Coach Ramirez looked at Theo. Did you play your best when you were scared? Theo whispered no. Coach Ramirez looked at Riley. Did you play your best when you were connected? Riley smiled yes. Coach Ramirez spread his hands. Then what should we practice? Then there was a long pause. Jordan finally said, being a team. Minna nodded, encouraging. Theo said, trying again. Riley said, also breathing, because we all forgot how. That earned a little laugh. Even Jordan smiled a bit. Coach Ramirez stood up. We can't redo the game, but we can redo what we learned from it. And that's exactly what they did. Over the next few weeks, the Comets practiced differently. Coach Ramirez introduced something called the compliment huddle. After every drill, each player had to say one good thing about someone else's effort. At first, it was awkward. Minna said, Jordan, you run fast. Jordan said, thanks, Minna. You also run fast. Theo said, Riley, you have good vibes. Riley beamed, I do have good vibes. But then it got real. Jordan told Theo, you keep showing up even when you're nervous. That's brave. Minna told Riley, you make it feel lighter out there. I feel better and I play better when I'm smiling. Theo told Minna, you always come back on defense. You don't quit on anyone. And something happened. They started playing better, not because they were obsessed with winning, but because they were connected. Their passes got sharper, their communication got kinder, their mistakes got smaller because their fear got smaller. Then came the next season's first game. Same field, same Thunderhawks, same cowbell. Unfortunately, the cowbell had returned with confidence. Before the game, Jordan walked up to Theo. Hey, Jordan said, last time I made you feel worse. I'm sorry. Theo blinked. It's okay. Jordan shook his head. No, it matters. I want us to be a team. Theo's shoulders loosened like somebody untied a knot. Minna walked over too. Me too. I got stuck in the must-win mode. Riley grinned. Welcome back to we're humans mode. They laughed. Coach Ramirez brought them in. Remember, play hard, play kind. This time, the Comets did. Theo made a mistake early. The ball bounced off his foot, and instead of groans, Jordan called, "Shake it off, next play." Theo nodded, took a breath, and kept moving. Minna missed a shot, and Riley yelled, "Great try, that was a spicy shot." Minna laughed, "Spicy?" Riley nodded seriously, "Yes, officially spicy." The game was tight again, and near the end, the score was tied, and then within seconds, Theo got the ball. He saw Jordan open, he saw Minna open, he also saw the goalie slightly off center. Theo remembered the fear and then remembered something stronger. He remembered the compliment huddle. He remembered the apologize. He remembered that his team didn't shrink when he messed up. He took a breath, and passed it to Riley, who was wide open. Riley scored. The Comets win. The crowd cheered. The cowboy clanged. The cowbell rang wildly. But this time it didn't feel rude, just loud. The Comets hugged, laughed, and bounced around like popcorn. But you know what's different? Jordan didn't point at the scoreboard first. Jordan pointed at the team. "We did it," Jordan said, meaning all of them. Minna high-fived Theo. "You were brave." Theo smiled so big it looked like sunshine. Riley said, "And we had fun. I told you it was allowed." Coach Ramirez smiled so wide his whistle almost fell off. Because the Comets learned the best kind of winning, not the kind that was just numbers. The kind that's hearts. The kind where you can lose a game and still become a better people. And then, when you do win, it feels like joy, not pressure. And here's the moral of the story. Winning can feel exciting, but it's not the only thing that makes you valuable. Kindness, courage, and teamwork matters more and lasts longer. When the Comets stopped blaming and started supporting each other, they played with freer hearts and stronger confidence, and even mistakes became chances to grow. If you learn to encourage others, take responsibility for your attitude, and believe in yourself through both wins and losses, you'll discover the best victories are the ones that build your character and bring people together. Isn't that awesome? Santa enjoyed reading that story. But I'll be right back with another one, so hang tight.